There's something pretty special about cycling during the summer months. The sense of freedom, the longer days, warmer temperatures, the sweat on your brow, the dodgy tan lines.
Yeah, it's okay, mate. We get the picture.
Okay.
But Simon is right. It is the perfect time to pick up a new bike. After all, the weather's going to be much better. You won't even need to clean it that much.
So we've come out to the sunny lanes of Hampshire to bring you 6 top tips on what to look out for if you're about to spend between £1,000 and £2,000 on a new road bike. It isn't as straightforward as you might think. So we've got 3 bikes here and we're going to go for a little ride to find out what's what. So you guys ready?
Absolutely,
Let's do this.
Cool.
1,000 to £2,000 is actually a really interesting price point because you can buy into either aluminium or carbon fibre. Aluminium, like the Canyon Endurace AL I have here, is a very reliable material to use. And in fact, the most major bike brands are bringing out a new aluminium offering in the last few months. And as a material, it shouldn't be sniffed at as it's pretty stiff, relatively lightweight, and with new technologies and techniques like hydroforming, it can actually be shaped and tuned to feel a lot more like carbon fibre.
And one further benefit of aluminium as a frame material is it can shrug off crashes and dings a lot more than a carbon bike. But all this comes at a price in terms of its ride compliance. Aluminium is a stiff material, and in this respect, carbon fibre has it beaten. Although with a lot of aluminium bikes now coming with wider tyres as standard, there is a bit of a shrink in terms of the gap between those performances. The manufacturing costs of a carbon frame do tend to be slightly higher than that of an aluminium. So in that case, if it's an aluminium frame bike, you do tend to find a better level of componentry in terms of the wheel set and the drivetrain. But as carbon frames become more prevalent and manufacturing costs are reduced in price, bikes like Rupert's Cannondale Super 6, with its increased ride efficiency and reduced weight, become real contenders. Something that's often discussed when looking at buying a new bike is fork material. And at this price point, you're often going to get 2 different variations, either a full carbon fork or an aluminium and carbon fork. Full carbon forks tend to be at the higher point of the price bracket. So we're going to first look at an aluminium carbon fork mix. Cube's Attain SL Disc comes with a fork that has a 3D forged aluminium steerer and crown, bonded into carbon fibre blades and aluminium dropouts. While the lack of carbon might keep the cost down, the technology needed to make these forks is by no means basic. They still benefit from most of the vibration damping qualities of a full carbon fork. And for bikes that might be put through a touch more abuse or where weight isn't a major concern, they represent a great option.
Full carbon forks like the one I have on the Canyon Endurace AL actually cost a tiny bit more to manufacture. But despite this, Canyon have managed to bring this bike in at a reasonable price. The benefits of a full carbon fork is compliance and precision handling, as well as a reduction in overall weight compared to the aluminium and carbon option.
At this price point, it's quite likely, like we have on all 3 of our bikes, that you'll find Shimano's 105 group set. It's available in either rim or disc versions, and it's the brand's entry-level performance group set. You get 11 gears on the rear and a weight benefit over those ones that come below it. It's excellent, it's really dependable, and we rate it very highly. However, if you're looking to take your riding a little bit more seriously, there's a slightly trickier issue you're going to have to navigate, and that's gear ratios. So on the Canyon and the Cube, you get a compact chain set, so that's a 50-34, paired with an 11-32 cassette on the back. Now that gives you a great range of gears on the rear and an easy enough ring on the front to spin it without having to add a triple, which would add weight. The further up the price range you go, like on my Cannondale here, you might start finding mid-compact chain rings. So that's a 52-36 here, and it's partnered with an 11-28 cassette on the rear. Whilst that does shrink the range on the back a little bit, it's still plenty of gears, but a lot of people say a mid-compact is too hard to pedal. However, that doesn't mean there aren't benefits. For example, it's a lot easier to find a great cadence in a mid-compact chain set. It doesn't feel like you're slipping between gears, and if you ride a lot on the flat or downhill, it means you can keep spinning and still put down the power. If you ride a lot, it's well worth considering upgrading to a mid-compact chain set.
Aluminium wheels still rule the roost throughout this price point, and you'd be hard pushed to find a set of carbon wheels. All three of the bikes that we've been riding today come with aluminium rims. The crucial differences tend to be in the profile of the aluminium rims. The Cubitane SL goes down the aerodynamic route by speccing a 30mm deep rim to give itself some aero benefits, whereas both the Cannondale and the Canyon come with a shallower section rim. The key benefits of a shallower profile rim is weight reduction. Less material at the rim means a reduction in rotational weight. And this is crucial for those riders that really want to get up the hill as quickly as possible. With both the Canyon and Cube running disc brakes, they benefit from disc brake specific rims. And these are built without a brake track, which makes them slightly stronger. And with the added benefit that brake use will never wear the rims out. Tyres are another area that can make or break the ride quality of a bike. The Cannondale points slightly towards the racier end of the spectrum, being spec'd with 25mm tyres. At the other end, both the Cube and Canyon are fitted with wider 28mm tyres. This wider profile adds an extra level of comfort and grip, especially useful if you do intend using the bike in a bit more of a versatile way.
At this price point, the weight of the bike isn't the biggest concern, though we're all cyclists, so it is a consideration. The weight of the bike also depends on the type of bike you choose to ride, whether that's aluminium like I have here with the Canyon, or carbon like the Cannondale with Rupert. You also have a choice between rim and disc, which will affect the weight, as well as the price points. So a £1,000 bike tends to be slightly heavier than something closer to £2,000. And this is where the Canyon actually does a pretty good job. It actually weighs 8.3 kilograms.
Yeah, that's right. And the Cannondale, being carbon, is a touch lighter, weighing 7.9 kilos.
Definitely, and both of these bikes are in a size medium for that weight. But anything under 10 kilograms for a £1,000 to £2,000 bike is pretty much there, bang on the money.
Now you're going to be spending a lot of money on your new bike, so it's well worth researching the warranty that the company can provide. Now Cannondale offers a 2-year warranty on its bikes, but a lifetime guarantee if you register it on their website as the original owner. Cube offers 2 years and a further 5 years on its aluminium frames, whilst Canyon offers 2 years again and a further 4 years on its aluminium bikes.
So there we have it, 6 top tips on buying your next bike, your next summer bike maybe. That's between £1,000 and £2,000.
We've been out on the 3 Cs, the Cube, Canyon and Cannondales, and they're worthy considerations for your next summer bike.
So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with our latest releases. And if you've got anything that you'd like to see us review in the future, please put it in the comments section below. That'll do. Come on, I want to hear more than that'll do.
Maybe I was a little too wild in the 70s.
It's quite literally the worst time to do this, isn't it? And now there's a dog.